Dr. Juan Romano, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, the committee, to permit me to share some research done in my lab. And the subject of my presentation is the effect of copulation on estrus duration, LH response, and ovulation in Boer goats. As some of you know, Boer goat is a meat goat that we have so many in the state of Texas. In goats, we showed several years ago that the copulation reduced significantly the estrus duration and the pen of the studies from 20 to 50%. And this effect was independent of the number of copulas at the same estrus and is by the effect of the mechanical action of the penis against the vaginal fornix and not of the seminal plasma. And this mechanical effect can be eliminated by the use of local and regional anesthesia. In a recent investigation, we noticed that ovulation time were hastened by effect of the copulation when assessed by transrectal ultrasonography at 4-hour intervals. Unfortunately, no information about endocrine response, such as LH peak, LH magnitude, and duration of the LH peak, comparing copulation versus no copulation group in the literature were founded. The objective of this study was to determine the effect of copulation on estrus duration, LH response, and ovulation in Boer goats. For that, we performed a controlled randomized study with 2 replicates in which DAS were divided at each replicate in treatment and control groups. All DAS were pluriparous and estrus synchronized with CIDR controlled internal drug release that contained 300 milligrams of progesterone, maintained in the vagina for 7 days, and received 50 micrograms of GnRH at device insertion and 5 milligrams of natural prostaglandin F2 alpha at the CIDR removal. The copulation group received 2 copulas within the first 4 hours of estrus onset. You can see in the picture to the right in the upper level, and the control group was only permitted to mount it. As you can see, we use a canvas apron to avoid the intromission, the introduction of the penis inside of the vagina. Estrus was detected twice a day during the first 24 hours after pessary removal, and after that, every 4 hours by using back with canvas apron as a teaser, lead by leash, for 96 hours. Blood was collected during all the estrus period after each detection and was analyzed for LH by radioimmunoassay in triplicates. Ovulation time and number of ovulation were monitored by transrectal ultrasonography using a linear 7.5 megahertz probe, prostatic probe that is used in human being, and we start 24 hours after estrus onset and repeat every 4 hours until all pre-ovulatory follicles disappear from the screen. And the results were the following. Estrus duration in the control and copulation group was 40 hours and 28 hours respectively. This is a significant reduction by effect of the copula. In regard to the mean level of LH between copulation group and no copulation group or control group, we see that the LH peak time for the control group was 17.7 hours and the copulation group was 10.9 hours. As you can see, the copulation group is in the blue line and the control group is in the red line, and the difference, as I mentioned, is significant. No difference in LH peak duration between both groups, and also in magnitude between groups were detected. The first ovulation time for the control and copulation group were 33.7 and 29.1 hours, respectively, and the last ovulation for the same group was 37.7 and 32.6, difference that was significant. The overall time from LH peak to ovulation was 18.6 hours without difference between groups. That means for the control group, between LH peak and ovulation was 16.3, and for the copulation group, 20.6 hours different. That was not significant. And for the number of ovulation, for the control group was 2.2, and for the copulation group, 2.1, difference that was not significant. We can conclude that the copulation not only reduced the estrus duration, but hastened the LH peak and consequently the ovulation in Boer goats. I want to acknowledge the support grant from the Large Animal Clinical Science of Texas A&M University, and also the personnel in charge to help me all this project. And for your information, if you are interested, this paper will be in full form in the next issue of November Enterogenology Journal. This is a group of Nubian goats.
Thank you.
Thank you.